Tonight, let us try to count again the number of squash fruit. At the same time, we're going to check at the status of the fruits of the squash, whether is it really growing. First, this is a second. It is giving so much weight of the rope. It is suspended here, and because of its increasing weight each and every day, it pulled the rope down. Butternut pumpkin, the hydrocephalic butternut pumpkin. This is the fifth one. This is the sixth. And this one continue to grow. Even if the vine has limited nutrients, I believe, because its span is a bit smaller than the other one, but you can observe here it helps itself to grow. Wow, this is humongous again, and the skin now is showing a wider span of the skin, having the powdery presence. So it has powder already. The skin is already powdery. It means that it is nearly maturing. Really, I'm so amazed at this because the vine itself, we call it part of the runners, one of the runners, it's smaller, and then the hook is a bit bigger than this one, and it is supplying a large portion of the part of the squash. Oh, this one also, there are sections. You'll be able to observe that there are sections here, and it also becoming so big, and we can also observe some powdery faces or surface of the squash. So it eventually will turn to become mature, and we're going to harvest later on. And this one still is being suspended there, and it seems to me that the growth has been stagnated, maybe because maybe because there is a force that pulls it up in this huge hose that might hinder the growth of this squash. And newly pollinated fruit of the squash, it's still very, the color is still very light, like green. And in the next week, we're going to establish here a wooden structure. Oh my god. Oh, I think it turns to be very heavy because the rope here is being pulled down. So we are going to put a wooden structure here so that it will be supported, because this is not strong, this is very lowly, this is not permanent. Anyway, we still have available pole that we can put in here so that it will become stronger. Don't you worry, we'll take care of you. Oh, this one, we also pollinated this last week, and eventually we succeeded in pollinating this one, and it increases in its size, even though this is just 5 days. 5 days. And that one also, I did not pollinate that because during my prayer I said, Lord, I could no longer climb in that height. I couldn't reach that, so please let the bees do its task to pollinate that particular squash fruit. And the bees did their job. In fact, there are still other 3 fruits successful up there. One thing I observe these days is that very seldom that the squash is giving us flowers. And in fact, the moment we saw some flowers with budding fruit, we eventually approached and pollinated. Similar with this one. This is somewhat like an average size. It's small. And it seems to me that, like a newborn baby, the umbilical cord has not been removed yet. Anyway. And this one, oh, this is the humongous squash. And right now we can see here that the skin becomes so inviting to harvest. Powdery, and the pigmentation, the yellow pigments, the green one spread through. If you're going to observe that, you can see that clearly, right? Yes, it is very huge. And I like this. So we are hoping that the other squash will grow continuously like this size, as we already have provided a support system. So another evidence is that this is turning mature because the hook here turns to be yellowish. And this is really amazing because this one is also coming from a runner. The vine is very small, and the tip of this already stops growing, so that it will have a concentration. All of the nutrients will just simply go here. This one will simply be fed with the nutrients it require. So thankfully, I said, and I am commanding them to have a self-defense. Whenever somebody is attempting to take you, please, since you don't have feet, you just have a move. You just have a horrifying move here, so that people will be horrified. Those thieves will be horrified. Understood? So stay healthy and stay there up until the time that we are going to decide to harvest you, because we're going to take many seeds from you. We are anticipating for many seeds to be harvested from you. So keep growing. Do we still need a month for you to be able to show us the entire fruit, for you to mature? Please tell us.